Everyone tells you to go find your dream job. It's the thing that will fix everything. I believe that too. But here's no one tells you, the dream job does not exist. Not the way that the system is set up, especially if you're in the US. I used to work in tech sales. I chased big money, all these nice perks. I was like, man, this is it right here. Recognition, bonuses, top rep status. And then after a few months, all that faded away. No excitement. I remember sitting at my desk one day and man, I'm hitting all the goals, hitting all the bonuses, but this just isn't it. I told myself, you know what? Maybe it's the company, that's the problem. At the time, my LinkedIn was filled with recruiters hitting me up. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make that switch. Even bigger pay, better perks, cool events if I want to show up to the office. After a few months, it went away again. It was the same thing. All that changed was a new logo, new tech stack, but the same treadmill. What finally broke that cycle for me was honestly leaving the US. Moving abroad pulled me out of that hamster wheel and I was on the outside looking in now. In the US, I realized hustle culture is treated like it's your only purpose. A lot of people make what they do as their identities, especially their jobs. Am I saying not to work a job? Absolutely not. But that can't be the only thing that gets us going in this life. If you're not grinding 24/7, oh man, you're about to be behind. Listen, you can still work, still be efficient. It doesn't have to be sucking your soul just to make money your God. Because even in sales, when you hit the goals, the pressure still doesn't stop. And it seeps into everything. Your time, your energy, and your identity. You start to confuse being busy with having meaning. A lot of people hustle and are still broke. Let's be real. People here work hard too, but they also live. I don't know why when you speak about living abroad, people jump to the conclusion, well, they're not making money like the US. That might be true for some countries, but let's look at the numbers. 70% of people are struggling with money in the US. Are you really living better? You might have more materialistic things that you can buy and easily at your disposal because of logistics, but are you really wealthy? You know, people who make those comments, if you're really living well, you wouldn't be putting those comments anywhere else. Hey, well, what do I know? Once again, people don't treat their jobs as their whole personality, right? You ever go somewhere and the first thing people ask you is, what do you do for a living? Yo, I'm a human. People here are not trying to sacrifice their peace just for a company that will replace you just like that. You see it happening right now. Obviously, you're still gonna need to work, but I work on things that I honestly care about. No fake office politics, no pretending to care to give a damn about some team bonding. Let's circle back. Pointless meetings we could have had through a text, pointless monthly calls that you could have sent in a message, in the email. I work at my own pace. I work on projects that I want to work on. Don't get me wrong, work is work, you're gonna have your moments too. But I don't have all that extra background crap behind me. But what I realized is dream and job don't exist in the same sentence. Jobs are built for the company's goals. Once again, we have to do it sometimes to save a little bit and get to our real goals. Once again, I'm not telling people not to work. I want people to realize what's really going on and to protect what's up here. Because it's always about profit and efficiency. The system rewards you with the grind of a title and a paycheck, which we need sometimes. Not fulfillment or purpose. Learn how to separate that. Even if you earn great money, it comes with a cost. There's a lot of times I see on social media when somebody says, hey, I left my 6-figure job to do this instead. They're like, wow, you left your high-paying job to do that? But a lot of you who say that would never last a week in those roles. Just because you hear the money behind it, but you don't know what it takes. And the mental toll that it does on some people. Oh, you're not mentally tough. I've been in sales my whole life. Handled all type of rejections. People tell me get out my face and they still buy it. You think I don't know how to handle rejection? You don't think being mentally tough? But at what point do you get tired of that? Plus the corporate BS that goes in the background as well. We're humans at the end of the day. Plus the things you have to deal with in your day-to-day life, especially now, because everything costs you time, energy, relationships, because you're gonna miss some of your children's things. You might miss that wedding of your best friend because you wanted to hit your goals. But was it really that important? Especially when they just laid you off last week? That's why so many top earners feel empty. You do everything right, but still feel stuck. Look, I'm not telling you to quit your job and just move abroad, especially if you don't have the financial being, but stop waiting for a job to save you. Live right now. Use your current role as the tool to get you to your next path. Let that job pay your bills, while you build something of your own, even if it's not your passion, because you need something that gives you your space, especially up here, so you can stop surviving and think, because you'll realize how different you see things once you're able to sit down and think and not move based upon desperation. The minute you stop letting the company be your sole provider, you'll realize how much control you really have of your life. The goal isn't to find the dream job. The goal should be freedom, whatever that looks like for you. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Freedom to say no when something isn't right. Freedom to be yourself again. A job won't give you that. You have to build something on your own. If you're chasing the dream job and you still feel empty, trust me, you're not alone. You're seeing the system for what it is. I share what helped me escape that and build something of my own and do things on my own terms. Work with who I decide I want to work with, because I realize the dream job isn't real. My freedom is though. If you guys want to learn a little bit more and how I did things and how you can do things, no matter where you're at right now in this life, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you found it valuable and comment your thoughts below. But in the meantime, what do I know?